Hi, my name is Shene Redden. I am a spiritual healer, a health and wellness coach, Reiki master, and cannabis educator. And I'm here to show you that cannabis is all good. See, there are many stigmas around cannabis. It's a drug, it's not good for you, and it's a lot of racism, and we're still dealing with it today in 2024. So watch my channel, follow, click, subscribe, and tell your friends, because we're going to debunk some of those stupid things that people try to say about cannabis. Because the cannabis that I know, it was a gift from the universe, and if you use it properly, you can heal in so many ways.
It's so interesting to me that God has put me in a position to be a cannabis educator. I mean, growing up, I was so religious, and I used to judge people and condemn them for using cannabis. And then I started using it.
I went through many things like many people go through. I had breakups, divorces, trauma, fired from jobs, lost money, lost everything. And I was seeking and trying to find, and the universe guided me to plant medicine. So I started researching, learning, growing, and using cannabis to heal. And so here I am now. So if you want to learn about cannabis, I'm going to tell you a few things about myself, my journey, and maybe it will help you too. So watch me and learn. Oh wait, watch me and grow. Oh my God, this is my favorite tree. This is my favorite tree. I love a magnolia tree. And I just love how God works, because everything God does is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Wow. See, a lot of people are fake and phony and frauds, and we're tired of it, aren't you? And I want to share with you some realness so that you can really heal. And if you use cannabis properly, you can. So there's many ways that you can use cannabis. There's smoking, there's tinctures, there's topicals, and there are all types of ways. You can even juice the plant. The plant was designed to give us everything that we need. And it's like the mustard seed. If you've ever heard the story of the mustard seed being the smallest seed, but has everything that you need, I like to compare cannabis to the mustard seed, because if you use it, you can grow spiritually, mentally, and physically. So let's talk about spiritually. Cannabis was designed to help you to connect with the universe. Yeah, it can help you connect to the universe. It's not just something that gets you high, it takes you higher if you know what to use. Now, you have to pay attention to your body when you're ingesting cannabis, and your body will tell you there are many things that your body is already made of that is connected to the plant. It's called cannabinoids. And we got things that receptors and everything that your body needs to connect with this beautiful plant to help you to connect to the universe. So, what I would like for you to do is pay attention. Don't just smoke to be smoking. That's dumb. Smoke to enhance your spiritual connection. Smoke to meditate and manifest, and to see what your third eye is telling you. You get it? See what your third eye is telling you? It's a real thing, people. The other part is the physical. A lot of times people work out, they have soreness, they may not sleep properly, and guess what? There are topicals that can help you, to relax those muscles, to help you to use an aid to massage. And there's so many things that you can do with the topicals for athletes, and you can use it for sexual intercourse. Shh, I know people don't want to talk about it, but if you're listening to me, somebody has sex to have you. And this is something that God made for us to do and to have pleasure. So there's many things that you can use with that. And then mentally, oh my God, who doesn't have a job or stressful situations like kids and traffic or bank accounts or anything in this world? You gotta work for something. So cannabis, if used properly, you can use it with a THC and a CBD, and guess what? It helps you to relax. I use cannabis when I'm taking baths, when I'm meditating, and we'll get into that more and more. So there are so many ways that you can use cannabis. This beautiful gift that the universe gave us is perfect for any situation if used properly.
I'm excited about cannabis and cannabis education, and whoa, it's me doing that. Corporate girl turned spiritual girl. What do they call me? A flower child? I want to talk to you about a couple things regarding cannabis and why I'm so passionate about it. There's good and bad and ugly to every situation, but there's mostly good if you are properly educated. Being a cannabis educator, I've learned that you gotta have balance. So if you don't have balance in anything, you won't win. I mean, there's food. People, you eat too much, you're gonna get fat. You smoke too much, you won't feel the healing properties of the plant. If you sleep too much, you miss opportunities. So you always have to have balance. So the important thing about using cannabis is to make sure you're aligning and balancing and escaping. Not escaping to get away, but escaping to have some quiet time. You see, silence is healing. And if you use the cannabis plant with any way that you ingest, you can do some wonderful things. Just tap in, listen to the spirit, and let the spirit guide you. So let me tell you a little bit about me. I grew up in church. And when I grew up in church, cannabis was not looked upon kindly. It actually was the sin and demonic or devilment. And if you smoked or used any type of cannabis, you were going to hell. If there is a hell, you were going. And when I decided to partake in cannabis, I recognized that it relaxed me. I was connected to the universe, and I started to feel so much better. So I started to dig a little deeper, and I found so many wonderful qualities about cannabis. Now, in finding the wonderful things, I also found that, yeah, you could escape, but you can escape too much and it can become addictive. But take a break, step back, and recalibrate. And when I started doing that, I really started learning that cannabis was all you need to relax. Really, there's a beautiful, rich history of this plant. Way before we even existed, this plant was created. And thousands of years ago, our ancestors used the plant to stay connected. They used it for healing. And what people would call witch doctors, which we probably will call doctors today, use this to help people to overcome flu and depression and pain. Yeah, women had cramps back then. And what this plant, this beautiful plant did was help women to relax. It helped with the pain. And it's so many other things. And then, you know, some people got in the way and they started saying cannabis was blah because they didn't want, because black people thought they were better than white people. What was his name? Anslinger, the FBI guy. If you don't believe me, go look him up. Harry or something like that. I don't even want to name his name. But there is so much history behind this plant. And now we are seeing that it's legalized in a lot of states, but the government federally doesn't want to legalize it, or they don't want to deschedule it. So there are so many things that I'm going to teach you about expungement and the injustices that people had to go through because they smoked pot and now they're in jail. And it's legal and they're still in jail. So this is a history channel, it's a education channel, and we'll have fun. We'll learn about sex and cannabis. We'll learn about cooking with cannabis. We'll learn about working out with cannabis, and we'll learn about so many things that you can't even imagine. Yeah, you can juice cannabis. So please enjoy, sit down, relax, like, share, tell your friends. And if somebody wants to argue with you about the benefits of cannabis, send them my way, because I bet you I can win that battle any day. Let me give you the secret to living a prosperous life. A prosperous life is freedom. And to be free, you have to know that you have to do the work to be free. And you have to do research and learn things for yourself and pay attention to who you are and stop focusing on what everyone else does.
I became a cannabis educator because it was a stigma around cannabis, and I didn't fit the mold of what cannabis people take or look like. So I decided that this was, of course I was in partnership with the universe, that this was a very important plant for me to start to teach people about. I work with a lot of plant medicines and with psychedelics and different things, but today I wanted to debunk some of the stigmas around cannabis. Cannabis is not the devil, it's not bad, it won't make you crazy, and it is probably the mildest plant medicine that you can take to really heal. You see, people will often have addictions to other things and they think it's going to heal them. Look at me, I was nearly 200 pounds, very unhealthy, very unhappy, and very, very empty. I didn't know what I was gonna do with my life. I didn't know where I was going, because I was trying to fit into this box of this world, and I was concerned with what people thought of me, how I presented, what would they say, and I was a people pleaser. And then when I started using plant medicine, I started being free to live, free to be me, free to understand who I was and what my purpose is. And our purpose is not folded up into a job. It's not about money, it's not about status, but it's what we can do for each other and what we can do as a part of being a part of this community. And so cannabis is the perfect example of freedom. You see, if you like cannabis, it's okay. If you use cannabis, it's okay. But I want to teach you how to use cannabis in the right way.